This is my camp host site, and I am leaving it behind for the day and the night. And it looks like I need to wash the windshield a little bit. We are here in Loop C at Lewis Lake, and what I have observed so far is that people have a tendency to get out early here, and so can't see a thing. So you usually don't see many people in the campground. Why are we not going to the map? There we go. Oh, and that's the first time I've actually seen a truck here with that truck camper. So, Henry thinks it's 44 degrees, but when I checked my thermometer which is on the rear of the coach, just before we left, it said 38 degrees. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. So this is C Loop. You turn right to go to B Loop, but we're going to just try and get out of here this morning. It's still, you know, pretty chilly and fairly late.
1,000 feet, turn left.
And, yeah, it's already 9:30. Today is Thursday, September the 18th. And so with this camp hosting gig, I work one for 4 days and then I'm off for 4 days. So these are my last 2 days off. I spent my first 2 days off just basically working on stuff, you know, working on YouTube and things like that. But now we're going to go to Cody, Wyoming today.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
Well, I checked in at the ranger station just to let them know that I'm leaving overnight. I don't think I'm required to, but... And then I got to meet the last regular ranger here that I hadn't met previously. Day use area looks pretty busy today. I wonder if these people are all just down here running generators. That's possible.
Turn left.
And we're going to head over to West Thumb as our first official stop. I think his leash is rattling. Oh, I've got my iPad still sitting up. So I think if I can find a pullout, I'm going to do that right away, because I really should have put my iPad up, not just left it leaning up against the wall. So here's the lake off to our left. It's a beautiful lake. And apparently we still have a mama grizz and 2 cubs that are hanging around. So I'm going to need to be very careful to carry the bear spray when we go out wandering in the woods, I think. And the trailhead that I thought I wanted to go hike this morning at Pelican Lake is still closed because there was a grizzly attack there a couple of days ago. Now, don't get all super excited like it's really scary dangerous, because it's really not. You do need to be careful, of course. Always a good plan. But look at this beautiful view. See if we can get you a little lake, maybe? Yeah, I don't think you're going to catch it through the trees. And I want to make that rattling stop sooner rather than later. So we got about 10 miles to get to Grant Village, which I don't think we stopped at on our way south. I can't remember for sure. So we'll find out. And what I really want to do is spend some time in the sunshine today, see if we can get the daggone batteries recharged. Because when we left the campground, we're down to about 67%. I was running the furnace quite a lot this morning. as it gets colder, the furnace is going to run more, so I don't know. I got nothing. And I guess I'm going to stop jabbering now until we get to where we're going. Well, we just passed a Continental Divide sign, 7,988 feet. I'm sort of acclimated. The campground's at about 7840, I think I figured out. Or 7480, I forget which now. But I've spent definitely the first week I've been huffing and puffing as I walk up hills. But I think I'm starting to acclimate to it. Still got about 4 miles to go to our first stop, and I think I'm probably going to go ahead and make breakfast there, unless I succumb to the idea of buying breakfast, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to make it. Alright, we're going to go ahead in here to Grant Village just because I haven't ever seen it, and I think we'll stop here and make breakfast. Oh, okay, we're gonna stop and make breakfast.
Turn right onto US 191 North, US 287 North. In a quarter mile, turn right.
You're very barky. Kid, knock it off. No barking, please. Thank you. Hey. So the campground here closed, I think, on Sunday. But I think the store is still open.
Turn left onto Grand Village Road.
They've got a big boat inspection station here.
Turn left onto Sheridan Road.
Well, that says authorized vehicles only, Google. And I'm not an authorized vehicle.
Toward alternate service road. Continue on Grand Village Road for half a mile.
And of course, part of what I wanted to do today is explore parts of Yellowstone that I have not seen previously. So that's what we're doing. Service station, store, lodging, restaurants, campground, and visitor center. General store. Okay.
Southeast on Grand Marina Road.
Boy, are you barky. Okay, kid.
Head northeast toward Grand Village Road.
So we're going to park right here in the sun and try and pick up some solar and make breakfast, and then we'll go on. Not that anybody can hear with you barking like a fool. Stop. Sit. No. Okay, well, we parked at the general store, made breakfast, walked in, had a look around, and then we decided to go take a look at the visitor center, but it's pretty crowded, so I'm not going to bother.
Then turn left onto Grand Village Road.
And stopped in at the post office. They close in a week,
Grand Village Road.
and I just wanted to make sure that I can't get actually they close in 2 weeks, I guess. Make sure I can't get packages sent there by general delivery, and no, I cannot.
Continue on Grand Village Road for 1 mile.
So now we're heading for West Thumb and hoping that's going to work out. And the general store said they think the gas station closes at the same time that they do, which is in a week. So it's beginning to feel a little bit like I'm in The Shining. You know, I'm going to be the caretaker, but I'm going to be the only one there. It's a little creepy. A little freaky. And depending on how my editing goes, you might be seeing this video long after I've left Yellowstone. I've been doing a day in the life vlog kind of thing within the park, but this might just end up in my regular travel series. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. The terrain doesn't appear to be vastly different on the roads through Yellowstone. It's like, oh, tall trees flanking the road. There you go. Not a whole lot to see.
Turn right onto US 191 North, US 287 North.
Alright. So we're going to go north,
Continue on
and then we're going to go
191
east.
North for 1.5 miles.
Apparently there are 5 entrances to Yellowstone. There's the north entrance that we came in up by Mammoth. And then there's the northeast entrance. I forget what the town name there is. Village, maybe. And I'm not sure if we're actually going out the east entrance or a different northeast entrance today, going to Cody. No, this must be the east entrance, because then there's the south entrance where we left to go to Tetons, and the west entrance at West Yellowstone. Yeah. So this will be my 3rd entrance today. We go out toward Cody. And the total drive is about 2.5 miles. About 2.5 hours. But I plan to be lollygagging, so I may not get there until mid or late afternoon. Crossing Big Thumb Creek right now. And I'll mention that when we started up at the north end of the park, when we were traveling through, we completely skipped West Thumb and everything on this side of the park, on the east side of the park, because we thought it was going to take too long. We came down through Old Faithful, drove by Lewis Lake, went down into the Tetons. Pretty much couldn't see anything in the Tetons when we got there because of the smoke. But we can see bright blue skies today, so that's pretty nice, huh? It's pretty nice, isn't it, kid? West Thumb Geyser Basin, that's what we're heading for. Hoping we'll be able to find a parking place. Right? Don't be squeaky squeaky. Oh, look, there's thermal activity right there. No, you need to be quiet. Nope, you can do it. You can do it. Quiet, please. Okay, so here's the map. Halfway around the trail, you can see dramatic evidence of Yellowstone's potential violence. The waters of West Thumb fill a volcanic explosion crater created about 174,000 years ago. While small compared to the Yellowstone caldera, this caldera is as large as the well-known Crater Lake caldera in Oregon. For unexplained reasons, geyser eruptions are not as common in this thermal basin, yet the colors and shapes of the pools are striking. All right. So I guess we're going to go all the way around, maybe. Let's do that. We'll go take a look. Come, come. That looks like mud pots. Look at the lake out there. That's pretty beautiful. Boardwalk's a little rough. Hope Kit doesn't get sore paws. I think he'll be fine though. And I think we're going to go the long way around. Certainly is nice to have shorts on today. Still got a long sleeve shirt on though. Thin and crust area. For your safety, stay on the boardwalks. Hey, leave that, leave it. Got plenty of steam rolling over there. All right, guys, here we go. Look at that color. That's pretty spectacular. Yep, I like it. The lake views are pretty spectacular. And just as we experienced, although maybe not quite as badly actually, when we went to the West Geyser Basin. A lot of people here. $174,000 years ago to form the crater that this lake is now filled. Huh, I guess they do boat rides maybe. Tours. That could be kind of fun. And I really don't understand the people that would leave the boardwalk. You know? I mean, even if you didn't break through and hurt yourself, just the fact of messing with the ecosystem seems pretty inappropriate to me. Looks like we're going to get right out here by the lake shore. So that'll be cool. And I guess West Geyser was actually busier than this when we were there at the beginning of September, because they had a ranger right at the beginning of the boardwalk area that was checking to make sure he was a service dog. And even at that, she said, you know, better off not bringing him. Look at how clear that water is. Pretty beautiful. This is winter spring that we're looking at in the fall. Wonder what happens in the summer. Got a good sized raven over there. Oops, somebody lost a walkie-talkie. Oopsie. And what I noticed at West Geyser is that you actually get a better view of the colors many times from above than from at eye level with them. But look in the lake there, that's beautiful. Got some reds over here. And we got some blues over here with Mr. Raven. Yeah. The water's just so pretty. Crystal clear looking, and we're coming up to our first geothermal activity. Oh, look at this. Look at these little pools that turn into rivulets that go under here and connect to here and then out into the water. That's pretty cool. You got an itchy itch? Very cool. Oops, come. So, West Thumb Lake is a crater within a crater. It's an explosion that happened after the initial Yellowstone Lake explosion. So that's pretty cool. We got some steam rising over here. Kit. And yeah, mud holes, mud pits, steam vents, geysers. Apparently it's got it all. And it's still very geothermally active here. This one's boiling pretty good. Look at that. Just look at it. Oh, and there's a little one over there that's even more. With all the geothermal activity, it makes me wonder how warm the lake itself is. Probably not very, because I guess it's pretty deep. Got a little activity going on over here. Just a little bit. Look at that. And this one looks like its own little tiny volcano island right here. I can see some steam coming out of it. Is it showing up on film for you guys? All right. So that one back there is called Fishing Cone. No idea what this one's called. But I can still hear that one all the way over here. Oh, this one is Big Cone. And then there's Little Cone right up there. We're seeing more geothermal activity up this way. And we're getting some of the colors from the runoff coming down, going across. But doesn't that look like a beach you'd like to swim in? Yep, does to me. This looks absolutely tropical to me. What do you think? Look at this trail of red coming from that pool over there. So this one's called Black Pool. And if you look over here, you can see it's pretty deep. You can see all the steam coming off of it. We came from that direction, walked up this way. Kit was not thrilled with the warm steam coming off of it, and it was definitely noticeably warm. Look at the beautiful blue colors though. That's just gorgeous. The darkest part is probably the deepest part, would be my expectation. And it looks really inviting, but probably not a good idea. Just thinking. And there's the lake out there. And then if we look over here, there's another one right up here. Let's check this one out. This is Abyss Pool. Better than Abyss Mole, I guess. Just beautiful. Yeah, I can feel the heat from the steam. So I wonder how hot they really are. I think we're going to go all the way up this little spur here and take a look. Ranger-led program at 2 o'clock. We're going to be gone long before then. And look at it not just from the pool perspective, but also from the runoff rivulets. Very, very cool. There you have it. Kit's checking out the Abyss pool. What do you think, Kit? Is it pretty? It's very pretty. So this one and this one aren't very big, but they sure are noisy and stinky. And look, here's a couple more. All right. Well, this is definitely worth seeing. What do you think? I think there might be one more spur of boardwalk we're going to check. And if so, we'll check that out too. Came in over there where those people are, but I think we're going to go out this way. Now, there's theoretically a trail guide. I'm guessing it's probably empty.
Is that on the list?
I think it is.
So this was a nice little walk to see the beautiful pools. And eventually we're going to see the parking lot, right? Ah, there it is. There it is. All right, well, we're going to go find Henry and see what's next. There's about 8 or 10 of them doing an expedition style ride. And they're going to take the dirt road down near the south entrance, and then they're heading over to Jackson, but they're going to get some fuel at Grant Village before they go on. And we're going to just get a drink and keep moving. Okay. Well, we got almost 2 miles in. Not too bad considering we didn't go for a dog walk this morning. And so now, I didn't have anything else specific planned. It's already 12:07. We have 2 hours and 12 minutes of drive time to get to Cody. Probably closer to 2.5 hours. And the next stop I have in is for Midway Auto and RV. I'm going to see about getting the extended stay, but they had a ridiculous price on it, like
Turn right on
$170.
Continue on US 20 East for 20 miles.
Oh, so we're going to be on US 20 now. 99 miles from Cody. That agrees with the map, so yay for that. Self-Park, Sea Park newspaper for details. I don't understand that. We never got a park newspaper. We're up to 73% on the batteries. So I don't think we're going to hit 100 today. I think I'm probably going to run the generator tonight to make dinner and help charge up the batteries. So this is West Thumb Lake over on our right. Maybe you'll get a glimpse of it. Maybe. This is what we just walked through the geyser basin. That was pretty cool. Didn't see any actual eruptions. Saw a fair amount of burbling, so that was nice. And some pretty colors. That was totally worth doing. Beautiful lake. There's definitely more geothermal activity down along here where you can't go walking. You did good, huh? You did a good job with the geysers. Yeah, you did a good job with the geysers, Kit. This car ahead of me drives pretty erratically. The speed limit is 15. And he just came to a complete stop next to the bicyclists instead of just slowing down to 15 miles an hour. And it didn't tell us what this little outlet is. Oh, there's a big marina over there. Huh. So I wonder if this is Fishing Bridge we're coming up to here. Must be Bridge Bay area. It's funny, that says elevation 7735 and Garmin now says 7785. Oh, but that's all closed. No going down there. Well, it looks like we can go down that road. Maybe we'll do that on the way back. So I know little about Yellowstone. I don't know if Bridge Bay area is different from Fishing Bridge. I suspect that it is. But we shall see as we get further along. And I'm not sure if this is still West Thumb or if it's back to being part of the greater Yellowstone River. There is an island out there. Well, the Lake Hotel is listed as an historic building by the History Channel. Decidedly unrustic in style. It's a Greek Revival Grand Hotel, the oldest portion of which dates back to 1891. At 7,732 feet in altitude, the placid Yellowstone Lake is the largest high elevation lake in the continental U.S. It sits in the 40-mile-wide caldera, the so-called Yellowstone supervolcano. So there you go. So if we continue straight, we'll get to Canyon Village, but we're going to head for Fishing Bridge and the east entrance, which I think is about 25, 26 miles away. That incredibly annoying car that was ahead of me finally pulled off into a turnoff. He was doing between 29 and 32 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour speed zone. I think I'm going to stop in here and see if they stay open and if I'll be able to get propane here later in the year, because I think it is probably worth it to me. Here's the Yellowstone River. To skip the extend a stay and just drive up here and pay for propane instead. Well, said differently, order the extend a stay and not be concerned as to when it arrives. Says fuel. That's kind of attractive. Services Visitor Center RV Park. Auto, RV parts and repairs. Oh, I wonder if they have it here. Auto repairs. Service station. There's a propane tank. Alright. Okay. I have a solution to my propane issues. We're going to go for Occam's razor, which is the simplest solution is often the best. And so what that means in this case is this is roughly 30 miles from Lewis Lake.
Then sharp left.
So 60-mile round trip. But I can come up here and get propane. And yeah, I'll be paying for it, but I'm still paying less overall than I otherwise would be. To get an extended stay. They will do RV repairs here. They're $200 an hour. So there's that. But they're open until October 12th. I'm working until October 13th. I might stop there and buy the Yeti mug on my way back, because I really liked it. And even though I cleaned up my coffee mug that I've been using for years, the lid is cracked. Although I imagine I could find the lid for the other one to substitute. But I've really been enjoying the Yeti cup that I got. And yeah, I guess I could use that for everything, but I don't know. There's something about the feel of a coffee cup handle versus something you're wrapping your hand around. I don't know. I'll think about it for a little bit. We'll see what happens on the way back. Then we'll both know. But I am so glad I don't have to deal with the whole extended stay thing. And it might be something I get done in Quartzsite when I'm down there this winter. And then I'll have it and it won't be a big deal. Well, these are some beautiful views, huh? We are 74 miles from Walmart now. My brats were fairly defrosted, so I stuck them in the fridge. Oh, so I gotta decide. I think rather than slicing it, I think I'm gonna just take the casings off and crumble them. Yeah. I think I'll do that. That should work. And basically, I'm gonna make a big old pot of stew tonight. Yeah. Alright, well, we're back into all the trees, so let you know when we see something that's more varied than this. I wonder if this retaining wall was part of the CCC or WPA era. It certainly has that look. Look at that view. Just look at it. There's some geothermal activity down below there. Side of the hill. Looks like there's some people fishing down there. You need a special Yellowstone license to fish in the national park. I don't know if that's instead of or in addition to a state license. Wow, look at that whole hillside denuded of trees and all along the edge of the road here as well. I guess that was a fire. The sandbars are certainly very cool looking. We may stop along one of these places and go walk along the lake on our way back tomorrow. Sedge Bay. Oh, we can park down here. Boy, would that be an awesome place to camp, huh? But you can't. It's a no camping zone. But I could hang out there. A lot of red color up there on the hillside from some kind of vegetation. Not sure what that is. And I'm not getting a tremendous amount of fall color because it's almost all pine trees here, fir trees. But it's nice. And I'm killing the time while we're along the lake because it's pretty. There's some fall color there. It's funny, I started off this morning in a t-shirt, long pants, it's 9 miles for a hike, but I don't know how long the hike is. But with all the dead trees, it's not terribly attractive in terms of hiking to me. Yeah, heavier socks, my heavy flannel shirt, and now I'm down to a tank shirt and shorts. Yay! That's my fave. Well, we just passed one, and I think here's another sign that says, no stopping, walking, parking ahead. And yet we have lots of people that have done it. Because I guess they don't understand that there was actually a grizzly bear here. Oh, maybe they do understand. There's an awful lot of spotting scopes out. I guess in the hopes of spotting the grizzly. Oh, so I guess you can park there, but you can't park up here. Interesting. Guess they're all looking for the grizz. We're up to 8,400 feet plus. We're up to 8,700 feet almost, and look at this vista. Those are some biggish mountains up ahead of us. Pretty cool. It's funny, I kind of think of Cody, Wyoming as part of the old Wild West, but I think of Yellowstone as pretty forbidding and inhospitable during that time period. Maybe there are other ways to get to Cody that are less inhospitable from other parts of what we consider to be the old Wild West. But that's the first mountain I've seen up fairly close that rises above the tree line. So that's pretty cool. And right here we've got Sylvan Lake. Somebody going down there to fish from the shore. It's kind of sylvan looking. It's very pretty. It's got a little island in the middle. little island and a little peninsula with picnic tables. Oh, nice. 60 degrees up here at roughly 8,500 feet. And we got 58 miles to go to get to the Walmart. And now we get a 7% grade downhill for the next 5 miles. Sylvan Pass, elevation 8530. Okie dokie. Wonder what they're doing up at the top there to the right. This guy behind me that pulled over and let me pass is probably going to regret that. Oh good, he just turned off. Turned around to go look at something. Well, look at this. Not my favorite situation to have a steep drop-off right next to the road, but that's what we got. I guess we got 5 miles of it. Wow. I probably won't be going to Cody again while I'm here in Yellowstone. Some bridge viewpoint. Yeah, I'm gonna have trouble with that. I don't think so. Wow. I guess it snows a fair amount up here. This retaining wall on the left looks more modern than CCC WPA days for sure. We'll just slow down near the 20 miles an hour they're recommending. You see that mountain out in the distance ahead of us? It almost looks like it's got a flat top. And at least when we're hauling back up this hill tomorrow, we'll be on the inside track, which will be easier for me. I got several cars behind me, so I'll look for a turnout. I got right here. I can do this one. Okay. Pretty rock faces here. And we're getting some fall color. Yeesh. My goodness. I was about to say it's kind of strange to take your moving van through a national park, but then I realized, no, I did that when I was helping my brother move from New York to California. We visited Mount Rushmore. I think that was the only national park. And we didn't get to see the monument because it was all fogged in and they had the walkway to it closed. But we got the snow effigy. Big bright patch of yellow on the far side up ahead there. Oh, there's one right here too on the left. Not sure if it showed up in camera or not, but you can see that one up on the far hillside. Wow. Look at this view. Are you looking, Kit? You checking out the view? Got another car behind me. You go, dude. Oh, there's a bathroom over there. Maybe we'll stop there on the way up and take a closer look. Yeah, that's an interesting looking mountain out there. And keep in mind, if you find yourself stuck behind a motorhome, it takes a whole lot more to slow down a motorhome and to accelerate any kind of big heavy vehicle than it does a car. And so, if you get the opportunity to pass me as you would here, don't just jump right back in front of me, because if we're going downhill like this, I'm likely continuing to accelerate on the downhill. And I may not be able to stop. Just a little FYI there. Yeah, so the speed limit is 40, and without touching the accelerator coming down that section of hill, I got up to 53 before I hit the brakes. I forgot to see what the elevation was at the pass, but we're down to 7240-ish and still dropping. So I'll call it 7200 now. That was definitely quite a large descent. And just like that, we got a beautiful river next to us. It was probably in the bottom of the canyon when we were way up there at the top. Very pretty. Well, here you go. We're coming up on the east entrance, down to 7,000 feet. So wow, imagine that. You come in the east entrance and you immediately start climbing. That's crazy. So probably a really good idea I decided to do this today because this entrance gets closed too. Leaving Yellowstone National Park. Bye-bye. Maybe I'll be able to get a selfie there. Now we are in the Shoshone National Forest. '14, '16, and 20. Wonder what happened to 18. Where's 18, Kit? Alright, we still got 49 miles to go to get to the Walmart. And it's almost 2 o'clock, so it'll be about 3 o'clock. So I think I'm going to go straight to the Walmart today, do my shopping, get dinner started. And then I guess I'll be sightseeing some more tomorrow. So I'm gonna get up early tomorrow, do laundry. I need to get propane and fuel. And then come back into the park. See what other sightseeing there is to do along the way. This building. Watch for pedestrians and horses. Pahaska TP. Ah, they got cabins and stuff there. Well, I guess that's enough beautiful views for you for a little while. We got snow-capped mountains up ahead there. Who'd have thunk it? A ways off in the distance yet, but we still got 47 miles to go, so I don't know how far that is. GoPro, stop recording. Well, I just saw a sign for Absaroka Lodge. Wasn't Longmire set in Wyoming? Yeah. Absaroka Mountain Lodge. Dining and cabins. Public welcome. And even though it was, I think, set in Wyoming, It's amusing that the Absaroka County Sheriff's Office was actually located on the square in Las Vegas, New Mexico. I did a video about that a couple of years ago. Year ago, I guess? I don't know. Not sure. Maybe last year. What's happened since then? Look at these rock formations. How cool is this? Very, very cool would be the answer. That's how cool this is. I want to get as many vegetables as I can into this stew I'm going to make tonight, because I'm not going to be able to keep fresh vegetables for very long, both in terms of how long they'll keep and in terms of how much I need to eat. Because my hope is that I can get by without having to do another resupply run before I leave. That's what I'm hoping for. We're down to 6,200 feet, and the temperature is up to 73 degrees. Woohoo! I love it. Right, Jet? Isn't that right? Well, this kind of looks like the Wild Wild West, doesn't it? Well, we are entering Buffalo Bill State Park, and this looks like another lake up here, with campground to the right. No idea what that costs. We're still 13 miles from the Walmart. That's a beautiful view straight up ahead of us, though, isn't it? That water is a beautiful color. And apparently there's a dam visitor center up here, which I think we're going to visit on our way out tomorrow. Because at this point I want to get groceries and get dinner started, since that'll take a while. Yeah, that's beautiful. Looks pretty shallow too, at least over here. Too bad it doesn't look like you can access it from the roadway here. Well, maybe there. This is the fee area, though. lake color is just gorgeous. It's the Buffalo Bill Reservoir, according to the map. Well, I'm glad I decided to do this. Originally I had been thinking about just going down to Jackson because it's closer. But I really did not like Jackson. It was just way too crowded. And I didn't like their rules about not sleeping in parking lots and the problem was their rules were you couldn't sleep in public parking lots. But the people with private parking lots seemed to have trouble understanding that. So, yeah, while we were there, that was the first time ever I actually slept on the street. So 5 miles to the visitor center. We're just under 10 miles to the Walmart. Cool. So my plan is to get up early tomorrow, hit the laundromat pretty early, and then be able to spend more time exploring on our way back tomorrow. Very pretty. Okay, well, we just left Buffalo Bill State Park, but we're still driving next to the Buffalo Bill Reservoir, which is very, very pretty. I love the watercolor. And look at the red rocks over at the base of the hill to the right there. These are some pretty forbidding looking rocks, actually. Buffalo Bill Dam Historic Place Visitor Center, 1/2 mile. All right, we're going to do that tomorrow. Buffalo Bill Dam Historic Place Visitor Center. Where's the Visitor Center? Oh, right there. Dam and Visitor Center. Oh, we're going through a tunnel. Gonna give us any idea for height or anything? Ooh, look at this tunnel. Natural rock walls, that's pretty cool. I like tunnels about as much as I like steep drop-offs when I'm driving on windy, twisty mountain roads. Hope you're enjoying it. All part of the adventure, right, Kit? Oh, more tunnel. This one's just short though. Wow, that's quite a drop down there. Oh, another one. Guess we're not quite done with tunnels yet. Okay, I think we're finished driving through the mountain now. The water level is way down below us. So that'll be a fun stop tomorrow. Really pretty dark faces up ahead here. Well, all along here. And we're only 4 miles from Walmart. Yay. Bridges may be icy, but not today. It's still 70 degrees outside. I guess the other thing to be aware of regarding the way RVs drive is because you're taller than you are wide, unless you've got amazing suspension, and perhaps even that, there's a lot of body rules. So if a curve is marked, for example, at 45 miles per hour, or a yellow caution sign, I might only be doing 40. I pretty much knock off about 5 miles per hour down to about 40. So if it says 40, I might be doing 35. But if it says 35, I'm probably doing 35. I had no idea what kind of landscape to expect traveling from Yellowstone to Cody. Did you? You had a preconceived notion that isn't this? Let me know what that is. I'm pretty curious about that, actually. National Historic Site on the left. That looks like a house. Oh, I think there was a sign down there. So, as I understand it, Cody is also a very touristy town, but apparently not as bad as Jackson Hole. We'll be finding out pretty soon, I think. Wow, that's quite the carving of the river canyon down there. I might end up having to do a lot of stopping on the way out of here. Get some pictures of that stuff. Low Bill's center of the west, 3 miles. Cody, Wyoming, rodeo capital of the world. I guess that's why I associate it with the Wild Wild West. Town. Shoot guns. Vintage to modern. I used to own guns, vintage to modern. Alright. 339 at Sinclair. I guess we'll check Gas Buddy and then decide where we're going to get gas. Welcome to Cody. It's not a particularly attractive looking town, is it? And here comes our Walmart. Turn there. Do not start. Do not start, young man. Alright, well, we're here. We're going to figure out where to park. Alright, guys, well, we all recognize Walmart, and we know I've spent my fair share of time in Walmarts. But look at this. I don't know if that one's leaving or just moving. But starting up here at this end, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's 13 over there. And then crossing the road, we got 14, 15. And then 16, 17, I'm 18. Oh, this guy's just parking over there, 19. And there's another van down by me is 20. Oh, and a couple more, 21, 22. So that's at least 22. Oh, I missed one over there too. Let's call it an even 2 dozen. I don't think I've ever seen this many in a Walmart parking lot. I've seen a dozen or so. I think the last place I saw a lot like this was at Arcadia in Maine. That was pretty crowded with RVers. But yeah, other than that, this is the most I've seen. Pretty amazing. And one truck. But he's actually got a pretty decent size RV there behind his cab, including a typical RV door and his own puppy up there in the window. Yeah. This trailer had a Jeep. Sorry, trying to get unwound from Kit. Had a Jeep parked there when I came in. I guess he went out to dinner or something. How about that for a sunset, though? That's pretty nice. Oh, and it looks like I'm directly under a light, maybe. No, I'm not directly under it, but I'm sure it'll be annoying. However, I finished my Reflectix fan project. I guess it was just yesterday. It seems longer ago. So that I can block out more of the light now. So that'll be good. Alright, I think we are going to call it a night. And then we're going to head out and do laundry first thing in the morning. Yep. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to annoy people with my generator for another hour. And then we'll be done with that. Okay. In the grand scheme of things, if you're sleeping in a Walmart, there are definitely worse places to be.